We will continue to fight for justice. We will continue to stand up for what we believe in.
Local activist groups speaking out about police brutality tonight, why they're calling on the Sarasota Police Department to be held accountable. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jacqueline Matter. Topping our news tonight, two separate incidents of alleged excessive force by police have led to the release of body and dash cam footage by authorities. One in New Jersey and one in North Carolina. ABC's Maggie Worley joins us now with those videos.
Don't touch me! Police in Wildwood, New Jersey, releasing the body cam footage of the moments that led up to that disturbing video that quickly went viral. Police spotted 20-year-old Emily Weinman with a bottle of alcohol. After she takes a breathalyzer test, police ask her for her last name.
I'll give you one more chance to give me your last name.
Just be cooperative.
Okay, what's your last name?
I don't need my last name.
That's it, I'm done with you. Do you have cuffs on you?
No, man! While attempting to arrest her, police say Weinman struck one of the officers. No! Don't pull my hair! Get off of me! What are you doing? And that's when officers restrained her, punching her in the head. Those officers are now on administrative duty while the department investigates.
Maybe I was a male walking down the middle of the road.
A similar controversy in Raleigh, North Carolina. On Friday, a judge ordered the Wake County Sheriff's Office, the North Carolina State Highway Patrol, and the Raleigh Police Department to release all videos related to an April 3rd altercation between officers and 29-year-old Kyron Hinton, when officers responded to calls of a man standing in the street yelling at passing cars.
Police cannot continue to police.
The Wake County District Attorney charged 3 of the officers involved with assault with a deadly weapon, along with several other charges. Hinton was initially charged with disorderly conduct, resisting officers, and attacking a law enforcement dog, but those charges were later dropped. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, a group of activists here on the Suncoast speaking to a special committee on police complaints today at Sarasota City Hall. It all stems from 2 separate incidents that happened earlier this year involving the arrests of Chad Washington and Jeremy Trebles. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live tonight from City Hall with more on what was discussed. Rick?
Yeah, Jacqueline, they did have their voices heard. They want the police to be held accountable. A variety of groups appeared before the City of Sarasota's Police Complaint Committee on Wednesday. Black Lives Minnesota, the Rodney Mitchell Foundation, and Answer Suncoast say they are pushing for justice for Chad Washington and Jeremy Trebles following their arrests back in March and April.
We're going to demand that the charges against Chad Washington and Jeremy Trebles be dropped. We're going to demand that Officer Brandon Vermillion is fired and indicted. And we're going to demand accountability, a basic level of accountability for the Sarasota Police Department.
A violent arrest and altercation took place between Washington and Sarasota police, which was all captured on camera. Police say he was on spice and punching and biting them, leading police to tase him. With Venice High School football star Jeremy Trebles, Officer Brandon Vermillion approached his car, and that's when police say Trebles took the vehicle in reverse with 2 passengers in it. Shots were then fired by Vermillion towards the car. Deidre Z with Black Lives Matter says Vermillion was involved in both incidents.
And it's got to stop. The chief has got to realize when she has a bad apple on her staff.
An internal investigation into police brutality and the use of excessive force in the Chad Washington case found that all of the Sarasota police officers acted appropriately. That case has since been closed. The Police Complaint Committee says the Jeremy Trebles case is currently in the hands of the state attorney's office. This committee has no power to make any decisions. They just review and present their input to the chief and the police department to make the final decision on each case. We're being told the committee will take into account what the speaker said on Wednesday and continue their review.
We do it for justice and for the people and to fight for a better world and, a better Sarasota.
And we did reach out to Sarasota police, but they weren't ready to comment on this. Reporting live from downtown Sarasota, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Okay, Rick, thank you. New at 11, a 2-year-old boy is recovering tonight after a possible overdose. Today, Manatee County Sheriff's deputies arrested the boy's mom, Kirsten Lapik, and his father, Devin Berentz, for child neglect with great bodily harm. Deputies say the boy was found by his mother in his bed unresponsive and appeared to be having a seizure. He was then taken to the hospital for treatment, which showed cocaine and marijuana in his system. Well, the school year may have just ended, but with less than 3 months until the next school year begins, Manatee County is scrambling to get its school safety plan in place. The Manatee County School Board decided to go with a district guardian program, which means school employees will be hired as armed security for the schools. Guardians will replace SROs in a majority of district elementary schools. While the 30 jobs have been posted, the school board still has to approve the job description and qualifications. The board hopes to do that at the June 12th school board meeting.
Personally, I'd like to tinker with the description a little bit, but only in one small way. The description currently says the applicant has to be 21 years or older. I'd like to increase that to 25 because, you know, brain research shows that there's a difference in the male brain specifically between 21 and 25.
Once guardians are hired, they have to go through 6 weeks of training with the Manatee County Sheriff's Office. That means these guardians would have to start training by July 2nd in order to be ready for the first day of school. Training is expected to be paid for by the state. And in Sarasota County, School Board Chair Bridget Ziegler is calling for a joint meeting between local law enforcement and the school district after what appears to be months of miscommunication. The school district is moving full steam ahead with creating its own police force, while Sheriff Tom Knight continues to hire school resource deputies. While Ziegler admits the meeting should have come sooner, she says this is a great opportunity to get everyone to the table.
This is a great opportunity for a transparent discussion, lean on their expertise to assist us as the district moves forward with an internal police department, understand what infrastructure needs we need, and ultimately make sure that the public has a very clear understanding of what that entails and how we can all work together.
Ziegler says all Sarasota County law enforcement will be invited to the table, including Sarasota, Venice, and Northport Police Departments. That meeting is planned for June 12th at 8:30 a.m. Well, starting next week, you'll have to carry cash with you if you're driving on toll roads. Tuesday night, June 5th, a SunPass will be down for maintenance statewide starting at 7 p.m. The SunPass entrance and exit lanes will still be open, but customers will need to pull a ticket and pay upon leaving. Customers not on Easy Pay should replenish their accounts prior to the system maintenance period. The temporary suspension will be in place until June 11th at 9 a.m. You can also check sunpass.com for the most current information. Well, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. And Bob, we are hoping that this rain will go away.
It is too. Looks like we're going to see things dry out a little bit on Thursday. The chances are going down, and wait till the weekend gets here. You're going to love that. If you don't like rainfall, it's going to be pretty dry, I think, over the weekend. Right now, taking a look at the latest radar imagery, it's showing just a few isolated showers out there this evening. Now, there is a chance for a spotty shower or two overnight, but not much at all. No anticipated any accumulation expected. And it looks as though that system that brought us all the rain today has since moved on. And now some drier air is starting to slip on in. Boy, it came down pretty heavy at times, though, in areas, especially inland areas, had over 3 inches in places like Arcadia, near Wauchula. A swath there in southeast Manatee County got over 2 inches of rainfall. And near Siesta Key, nearly an inch. Bradenton the same. And we had it over an inch at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. Again, Siesta Key getting about an inch of rainfall there. Bradenton a little less, about a ½ inch of rainfall. And we still have the flood warning, but it's minor flooding taking place at the Myakka River at the Myakka State Park right now. As I mentioned, some drier air is going to be slipping in, so the forecast for the day tomorrow looks to be a little better. There's a chance for a few morning showers along the coast. You see this activity here looks rather intense, but you'll notice as the model takes it closer to us, it weakens it, and we're looking for a few showers along the coast in the morning. More in the forecast for the rest of the week and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. New video into our newsroom tonight of alleged gunman Nicholas Cruz announcing his intention to become the next school shooter. Take a listen.
My name is Nick, and I'm going to be the next school shooter of 2018. My goal is at least 20 people. With an AR-15 and a couple tracer rounds, I think I could do a good done.
Well, he goes on to say that his target is Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School. In a second video found on his cell phone, Cruz briefly discusses logistics, including that he will take an Uber to campus around 2:40. He then says he'll walk onto campus, go up some stairs, open his bag to take out his weapon and start firing. School surveillance video shows that was almost exactly what he did do. The only difference is that he arrived at the school at 2:19 p.m. In the third video, the camera apparently pointed at pavement as he talks about his loneliness, anger, and hatred. Nicholas Cruz says he will plead guilty for the murder of 17 students and faculty back in February, but only if the state does not pursue the death penalty. George Zimmerman was a no-show at his court hearing today on stalking charges. He did not attend the hearing in Sanford, Florida. Zimmerman is accused of sending threats to a private investigator working on Jay-Z's documentary about Trayvon Martin. The investigator says he received dozens of threatening calls, text messages, and emails from Zimmerman, who has pleaded not guilty. The next hearing is scheduled for June 27th. Zimmerman was acquitted in 2013 of second-degree murder in the killing of Martin, a 17-year-old African-American. The case started a national conversation about race and created the Black Lives Matter movement. An 8-month-old is dead tonight. Police say she was killed by her family's dog. Police in Miramar say a family member was watching the baby girl at home during the attack. Her parents were not there at the time. The family reportedly have several pit bull Staffordshire bull terrier mixes. Animal Services took all 3 of the dogs into their care. And this teen is lucky to be alive after a shark attack in Cocoa Beach. 15-year-old Cody High and his family were vacationing from Texas last weekend when a 7-foot bull shark bit his leg and then swam away.
It was probably looking for like a fish or something and realized it wasn't a fish and backed off.
The shark ripped off most of his calf, leaving him in a wheelchair. But the family says that incident is not going to get in the way of their planned trip to Disney World. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast for the rest of the week. Plus, a local state of emergency announced for Lido Beach, what local officials are hoping will help stop the erosion there. And whether you're rooting for the Cavs or the Warriors, you'll have to agree that these are some of the cutest fans in the league.
All right, crew, let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Well, Bob, I know we have a few days to go, but I'm looking forward to the weekend because I'm sick of this rain.
Yeah, you know, it's too bad, too. We're going to have a great weekend, but unfortunately, you know, we could have used it last weekend with all the celebrations and, you know, that we're going on barbecues and obviously honoring the war dead as well. So we are looking at some beautiful weather, though, for this weekend coming up. Tower cam showing some clouds this evening, but not too bad. A nice, gorgeous sunset. And not a lot of rain this evening as anticipated. We have had a little drier air slip in, as I showed you earlier, and that is going to cause for less activity tomorrow. There's still a little bit of a disturbance around. Braden River, Michelle getting that one, nice photo, and Val always sends some great photos in. That's spectacular. Sarah, actually Ashley from Sarasota, South Sarasota, getting a nice shot, sending in with the palm trees. I like that right there, beautiful. Here's a little trough in the upper level of the atmosphere. You see that digging right there. That actually kicked Alberto to the north, that trough sitting right there into the eastern portion of the Gulf of Mexico. And this dry air continues to work its way in our general direction. So there's still some moisture around and still some instability in the atmosphere that we won't see no rainfall. There'll be some showers around. High pressure is dominating the weather now. It's starting to build in, and that's going to be the big influencing factor over the weekend too. And it will allow us to see some pretty nice temperatures. Highs will be into the mid to upper 80s, so good beach weather both on Saturday and Sunday. That trough of low pressure will kick out of here. This is one forecast model indicating a little bit more rain inland, but not much, and we'll see a few spotty showers along the coast, and I wouldn't expect to see too much rainfall accumulation, maybe 1/10 of an inch or so in some areas. Again, the Titan radar picture shows a little bit of action right here. This is a little weak upper air disturbance, which is moving off to the north. I don't think it's going to have a huge impact on our weather tomorrow, but the showers and storms will be scattered about. As far as the overall current conditions go, well, we have clear skies. It's nice out there, 75. And the humidity is fairly high at 94%, with the pressure rising now, 30.01. That's another good sign with the high pressure building in. That usually means fair skies, so we'll see a lot more sunshine throughout the day tomorrow on Thursday. Well, the high today warmed only to 80 because of the clouds and rain, and the rain was heavy, especially in the late morning and early afternoon. 88 degrees are normal high, 97 the record in 55, and the rainfall, pretty impressive, over an inch reported at the Sarasota Bradian Airport, and that brings our monthly total up to nearly 7 inches of rain, which is more like August when we're into our rainy period. It's typically very dry during this month. This is usually the peak of our rainy season, a peak of our brush fire season, I mean. As far as the forecast goes, a few showers in the morning possible along the coast. Temperatures will warm into the mid-80s, upper 80s inland. We'll have a mixture of sun and clouds throughout the day, more sun at times, and then a few showers possible later in the afternoon. Now, the satellite and radar imagery showing Alberto now into Michigan, looking rather impressive as it made its way through Indiana today. Here comes a weak frontal boundary. Now this front is going to come down close to North Florida. It's going to bump that high pressure I showed you off the east coast of Florida down a little bit, and that'll bring us a southwesterly wind component, and that favors inland showers. Even though it's going to be a great weekend, we'll still see a few isolated showers pop up, and if they do, it'll be inland pushing off toward the east coast. Current temperatures are pretty warm across the U.S., and highs tomorrow will be hotter in Kansas City and St. Louis and Chicago, Detroit, and even Toronto than it will be right here in Sarasota. Still be cooler temperatures here. It should be nice. For boaters, winds will be basically out of the south to southwest at around 10 knots. A light chop in the bays and inland waters. The 7-day forecast then a 40% chance for showers on Thursday. Friday at 50, scattered showers and storms, not a washout by any stretch. Looks to be pretty good for music on Maine, and then less of a chance on Saturday and Sunday. Oh, it's going to be nice to enjoy a dry weekend where we don't have to work either, and it looks like a 40% chance on Tuesday and Wednesday. That's due to a weak cold front coming down and giving us a slight chance for showers. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. Looking forward to the weekend. Well, a local state of emergency has been declared for Lido Beach tonight. City Manager Tom Barwin says the situation is, quote, getting worse by the hour as surf generated by subtropical storm Alberto continues to pound the beach. The state of emergency allows the city of Sarasota to ask for financial help due to ongoing erosion issues.
Right now, today, individuals can get permits to bring in up to 300 cubic feet of cubic yards of sand per property, but we're going to request that that be doubled for those residential areas that need to do that or want to consider doing that.
Well, property owners can also try to shore up their part of the beach with sand and sandbags. The city is still trying to replace sand that was originally lost during Hurricane Irma and hopes to have that finished by this fall. Well, Friday is the official first day of hurricane season and the first day of the no sales tax holiday. Governor Rick Scott announcing yesterday an extension to the tax-free holiday from a weekend to 7 days. From June 1st through the 7th, hurricane supplies like generators, batteries, tarps, and much more won't have sales tax.
Everybody needs to get a plan. The way you have to think about it is, you know, whether it's highway patrol, whether your local sheriffs or your local police, they're all our firefighters, everybody, they're going to try to show up to take care of you. But during the storm and a few days after the storm, you've got to take care of yourself.
And on Friday, ABC7's First Alert weather team will explain everything you need to know ahead of hurricane season, including evacuation routes, flood zones, what shelters are pet friendly, and some new transportation options, plus what you need to do to secure your home and your boat and preparations you need to make for your pets. Experts will be in our studio to answer your questions live on air. Be sure to tune in on Friday night at 7 o'clock right here on ABC7 for everything you need to know to survive a hurricane. Well, sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
I'm coming in like a wrecking ball. Here we go. Tonight, Miley Cyrus busts in on Jimmy.
Wakey, wakey. Good morning.
Plus actor extraordinaire Matthew McConaughey. Oh, bang. And music by James Bay. Come on, tonight on ABC.
Since 2004, Embracing Our Differences has used the power of art and education to promote diversity. One way it accomplishes this is through its annual outdoor exhibition of 45 billboard-sized works of art, each accompanied by an inspirational quote. Join us in creating a community that is inclusive for all, where differences are embraced and individuality is celebrated. We invite you to celebrate the voices and visions of diversity and inclusion at this year's exhibit at Sarasota's Island Park.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
My California closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather, and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Now, sports.
The Venice Indians baseball team is no stranger to the state Final Four. Venice High making it there again this year for the 8th time in the last 9 years. The Indians taking on Doral Academy tonight in the Class 7A semifinals in Fort Myers. Venice trying to win its 5th state title in school history, having to beat the Firebirds tonight to advance to tomorrow's championship game. Venice taking home that win 11-1 tonight. They'll play Pace tomorrow night in Fort Myers for the state title. And Steve Clifford is the new coach of the Orlando Magic, returning to a franchise that's missed the playoffs in each of the last 6 years. Clifford has spent the last 5 years as coach of the Charlotte Hornets before getting fired at the end of this season. He was an assistant in Orlando from 2007 to 2012 on Stan Van Gundy's staff. He's the first major hire made by Magic president Jeff Weltman, who took over the club a year ago after the team fired Rob Hennigan and ended his 5-year run. Clifford is replacing Frank Vogel, who was let go after 2 seasons. Well, the Philadelphia 76ers are investigating tweets leaked to its team president. Brian Colangelo is accused of operating at least 5 Twitter accounts in which feature hateful tweets criticizing several Sixers players and other NBA players. The Ringer website asked Colangelo about the accounts. He said in a statement that he used one of the Twitter handles to monitor the NBA industry and other current events, but he was not familiar with any of the others. Reigning U.S. Open champion Sloane Stephens did not waste any time reaching the 3rd round of the French Open. Stephens, who did not play in Paris last year because of a foot injury, advanced at the clay court Grand Slam with a win over qualifier Magdalena Frech. Stephens had 17 winners to 13 unforced errors and did not face a break point. Well, that's a look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
My California closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California closet's story.
At Tidewell Hospice, we know it's never too late to say thank you to our military veterans. The Tidewell Honors Veterans Program has provided care to more than 13,000 military families since 2008. Tidewell volunteers help honor veterans through special pinning ceremonies that demonstrate our appreciation for the freedom our veterans fought to defend. If you know a veteran who can benefit from end-of-life care, call or visit tidewell.org today. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
The following message is brought to you by Mesobook.com.
People who have been diagnosed with mesothelioma have many questions. How did I get this disease? What are my treatment options? How will this affect my loved ones? You need answers, which is why we offer a free book written by medical professionals who have treated mesothelioma.
Call toll-free at 1-800-777-1366 or go to mesobook.com.
My credit score was not that great.
I didn't understand what went into my credit score.
It was overwhelming.
Do you want to attain better credit health but don't know where to start? Credit Sesame can help by providing you a free credit score.
I love the app. It's so easy to use. It's like having your own financial coach.
Credit Sesame broke my credit score down into things that I understood, and it made me think, I can do this.
And the awesome thing about Credit Sesame, it's free.
It's 100% free.
You don't need to go it alone. Get started today at creditsesame.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TrueStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TrueStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TrueStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Download the all-new ABC7 First Alert Weather app now. The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Well, they can't walk, they can't talk, but the tiniest Cleveland fans are already doing whatever it takes to cheer on the Cavaliers to another national championship. The Cleveland Clinic's Children's Unit is welcoming babies born during the NBA Finals with whatever it takes onesies that will don the wine and gold team colors. Pretty cute.
Yes, absolutely.
I like it.
Golden State, a pretty tough team to beat. We'll see what happens with that. It should be a lot of fun, a lot of exciting. That's the time I watch the NBA, you know, the playoffs and the championship games. We are looking at some nice weather here tomorrow. A little bit better than today. Boy, it came down heavy. A chance for showers is 40%. So meteorologist John Sculls will have more tomorrow morning.
All right. Thank you, Bob. And thank you all for joining us tonight. We'll see you right back here tomorrow night. Have a good evening.